Increasing and boosting your subwoofers to hit more lower. There's a lot of easy ways and simple tricks that you guys can do to make your subwoofers hit more lower, such as what enclosure you guys are using, how you guys set your low pass filter and your subsonic on your amplifier, also using bass boost the correct way for your subwoofers, and the type of audio files you guys are using. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys these simple tricks that can boost and make your subwoofers hit more lower for free. So make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get right into the video. So when it comes to the lower frequencies, which is the low bass, I consider low bass as anything from 1 Hz to 39 Hz. And what low bass does, it pushes out a lot of air out of your subwoofer enclosure, and it basically causes an earthquake around you. You guys can easily shake windows, flex windows on buildings. You guys can feel the ground shaking, vibrates everything inside your vehicle. People will be hearing you from blocks away, miles away. So they will be hearing you before you even reach by them. That's with low bass. So the number one trick to make your subwoofers hit more lower is by inverting your subwoofers. Now you guys may say that this is a popular style in the cardio community where people invert their subwoofers, and one big benefit of inverting your subwoofers is that it will lower your tuning on your enclosure. The reason for that is because the subwoofer booty is not inside the box, so it will allow the box to have more space, which will lower the tuning on your enclosure. So when I had my subwoofers mounted normally inside the box, it was sounding nice and everything, but when I inverted my subwoofers now, they sounded a bit more lower and it was hitting a bit more deeper. I could have tell the difference. Some of you guys may not tell the difference when y'all invert your subwoofers, but it will lower your tuning a bit on your enclosure. So that will be a simple, easy way for y'all to lower your tuning on your enclosure for your subwoofers to hit more deeper. Now, number 2 tip now is getting a custom enclosure that's tuned low. With a custom enclosure, you guys can achieve on how you guys want your bass to sound. Most people have prefab boxes, and what a prefab box is, it's a box that is not meant for your subwoofer. The specs on that prefab box isn't a requirement for your subwoofer. So with the prefab boxes, they are also tuned very high, so you guys won't be able to produce the lower bass as easy as using a custom enclosure. So I would highly recommend for y'all to get a custom enclosure that's tuned at the frequency point you guys want your bass to be hitting. So let's say that you guys love the 30 Hz range. I would recommend for y'all to tune your port at the 30 Hz or somewhere around that hertz range, so that you guys can achieve the lower bass with your enclosure. Number 3 tip now to make your subwoofers hit more lower is by setting your low pass filter and your subsonic filter correctly for your subwoofers. Now I have a chart here for the different types of speaker, the subwoofer, the mid-range speaker, and the tweeter, and where should we set our high pass filter and our low pass filter. So with the subwoofer now, the general rule to set our low pass filter is at the 80 Hz to the 100 Hz mark. On this external crossover, this is my bass channel right here, and you guys can use your bass amplifier with the same concept. I just added this crossover on my amplifier to make my tuning a lot more simpler and a lot more cleaner for my speakers in general. Where I set my low pass filter is at 60 Hz. With my low pass filter being set at 60 Hz, the frequencies above 60 Hz won't be playing in my subwoofers. Your subwoofers are only meant to play the lower frequencies, so in that way it will cut out all the higher frequencies at the point you set your low pass filter at. Now to set your high pass filter, which is also the subsonic, so the high pass filter and the subsonic is the same thing on your bass amplifier. Now to set your high pass filter / subsonic filter, You guys will need to know the tuning on your enclosure, then times it by 0.75. So in my case here, my enclosure is tuned at 30 Hertz. So I will times 30 Hertz by 0.75 and it should give us a value of 22.5 Hertz. This right here is where we need to set our subsonic filter. So this is the frequency my subwoofer can only play down to. When I set my subsonic filter at the 22.5 Hertz, the frequencies below 22.5 Hertz won't be playing in my subwoofers. So it's helping to protect and prevent my subwoofers from bottoming out and to blow easy. Now, for those that do not know the box tuning on your enclosure, an easy way to find out your box tuning, all you need is a second device or something to play a frequency test tones on your subwoofer so you guys can find out what's your box tuning. So it can be a second device if you guys have test tones on your flash drive. That will work also. So the goal of this is to know where your subwoofer is moving the least. So let's say that I'm playing a frequency, let's say 60 Hertz, and the subwoofer is moving a lot. Just know that that frequency is way out of my subwoofer enclosure tuning. And we're gonna play frequencies until we see that the subwoofer is moving the least. And where the subwoofer is moving the least, that's where the box tuning is at or around. I already know my box tuning, but I'm just doing this video for the purpose to find out the box tuning for y'all enclosures. So here we go. We're gonna start off with a 20 Hertz test tone. 20 Hertz, here we go. So as you guys are seeing, my subwoofers are flexing a lot on the 20 Hertz test tone. So just know that this is way out my subwoofer box tuning. Let me increase the frequency on here. It's still flexing a lot. Remember, the goal here is try to find out where your subwoofers is barely moving. So let me increase this. Let's go here. We are on 30 Hertz, and as the guys are saying, the subwoofers are barely flexing now. Subwoofers are barely flexing. Let me turn up the Hertz a bit more. This is 32 Hertz right here. The subwoofers are barely flexing. Okay, let me increase this one. Let's go to 40 Hertz. This is 40 Hertz right here. As you guys are seeing, the subwoofer is starting to flex again. Okay, so my box tuning is around the 30 Hertz to 32 Hertz. And that's very true right there. So right there, my subwoofers were flexing less on the 32 Hertz range and the 30 Hertz range, and that's my box tuning. The more your subwoofer is flexing, just know that's way off your subwoofer enclosure tuning. So that's an easy way to find out what's your box tuning for your enclosure for the people who do not know their tuning on their enclosure. This is a simple, easy trick you guys can do to find out your tuning on your enclosure. It can be a ported enclosure. If you guys have a seal box, you guys can also try out this concept. If you guys have a 4th order box, if you guys have a 6th order, 8th order, you guys can also try out this concept to find out the tuning on your enclosure. Now the 4th tip to make your subwoofers hit a lot more lower is by using bass boost. Now with using the bass boost, what bass boost actually does, it will boost a certain frequency to where you set it at, and it will just sound a bit more louder than other frequencies. So let's say that I set my bass boost level at 30 Hertz. When my subwoofers are playing and the 30 Hertz note hit in my subwoofers, it will sound more louder than the other frequencies. So on my external crossover here, this will be my bass boost, and where I set my bass boost level is at around 38-37 Hertz. So what that will do, it will just increase that specific low hertz frequency over the other frequencies. So for a quick example, I will be playing a song here and I will be showing you guys exactly how the bass boost works on my amplifier slash crossover. I will set the bass boost frequency to be boosted at 30 hertz, and when I turn up the bass boost level now, you guys should see an increase on the frequency on where I set my bass boost level at. So here we go, turning up the bass boost level. That's the boost. Now it sounds regular right there. Look out for the boost again. Oh, that's the boost right there. So that's how the bass boost works on your amplifier. Or if you guys have an external crossover, that's how it works on your external crossover. I know you guys will be like, bass boost will just destroy your subwoofers, bass boost is gonna clip your subwoofers and all of that. There's a correct way for y'all to set your bass boost level on your amplifier without clipping anything or destroying your subwoofers. And now to correctly set your bass boost and your gain level on your amplifier so that you guys do not clip your amplifier or clip your subwoofers, you guys will need to get a source that can play 40 hertz in your subwoofers. So here I'm using Bluetooth and I have a frequency generator here with 40 hertz, or you guys can find the 40 hertz on YouTube. So with the 40 hertz being played, I would recommend for y'all to set your volume at 70 to 75% of where your head unit max volume is. So my max volume on my head unit is at 40, so I will set my volume at 30 right here. And for this test, I would recommend for y'all to turn off your speakers, because the 40 hertz is a serious test zone and it can blow and destroy your speakers. So here for my gain level, I will reset it at 0. Put this all the way down. And for your bass boost level, you guys will have to set your bass boost level to the frequency y'all want your subwoofers to be boosted at. So here, I would want my subwoofers to be boosted at 35 hertz. So we'll come on the frequency and just set it at 35 hertz. And for the bass boost level, I will just turn it up at the 11 o'clock mark. I don't want it to be too much. So after setting my bass boost level and the frequency I want my subwoofers to be played at, I will start the test tone on my phone here. I will put it on max volume. And the goal here is to turn up the gain level until you guys see your amplifier starts to clip, or when you guys start to hear your subwoofers sound distorted. So whichever comes first, that's where you guys will be stopping on the gain. So here, let me turn up the gain slowly. Okay, my subwoofers are going. Subwoofers are going. I can still go some more. Let me turn up the gain some more. Oh, okay. Let me back down a bit now. So right there is the mark where I should set my gain level. So with this concept, you guys can easily set your gain level on your amplifier by using your ears. Doesn't really matter if you guys just turn off the bass boost and use this concept to set your gain level on your amplifier. It will work. And that's some tips you guys can apply to your subwoofers to make it hit more lower. And if you guys need any more tips like this, you guys can check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll be catching you guys in my next video. Love y'all guys. Peace.